And the last thing I wanted to do was to then have to study in the evening. So I thought, put that in the back burner. And then I went to one of these women events, and I sat next to an author who had her pile of books. She was getting an award, and I say to her what I say to most authors: one day I'm going to write a book. And so she said, well, I'm moving into publishing. Why don't you come with me? So I did that with her, and yeah, that's been it. Yeah, so my book was published 8 weeks before my milestone birthday.
Fantastic.
And then I went on a cruise after that, so that's why I know the Caribbean quite well.
And that is a gift to yourself, isn't it?
We should be doing that more. I think it was Michelle Obama who said, we plan our work, but we don't plan our joy.
Plan your joy.
We don't plan our downtime. We don't use our annual leave properly unless we're exhausted, if we have to take a day off.
Yes.
But she is quite clearly saying that we need to plan our joy as well. So yeah, I mean, this Curacao trip, we booked since last year. And we've been talking about going since last maybe November or so. But we have to plan what our joy is going to look like.
Yes. Right. So go on. As you're planning your joy, I want to talk a little bit about TEDx.
I'm a vision board person. I don't know if you two are.
You have to see my phone when I turn it on and off.
The same. Mine is on my phone. And TEDx, without really even knowing what it was something that I knew I had something to say, but I didn't know how it was going to happen. I really didn't know. I had applied to a couple of forums, TEDx's before. So just to explain, TED is like if you look at they're top of the umbrella or top of the chain. TED Talks. They have a TED conference, which I think is in America at least once a year, and that's where you get your Oprahs, your what's that?
Michelle Obama.
Those kind of top profile.
Kobe. All of them.
All of those kind of people who will be under that conference. Then they have locally organised TEDs, which are called TEDx.
Oh, right, so that's the difference.
All over the world, yeah. So to gain a license for TEDx, you have to apply to TED. And you have to meet particular criteria for you to be able to do that. I think there's 3 kinds of licenses. A standard license, there's a university license, and there's another one as well. So that's will explain why the X is there.
Okay, I get it now, because I was always confused what is the TED Talk and TEDx. So TEDx is just like the sister, the branch of, still equally as good, but it's giving more opportunities to people that are not so high up in the media.
100%.
But still have the knowledge.
And not just the knowledge, but you have an idea worth sharing. Okay. That's what TEDx is all about. Do you have an idea, a story, something that's worth sharing? But the criteria is very strict, just as it is for TED. I think I redrafted my TEDx talk 12 times.
Wow. Oh wow, of course.
And I got it approved, every line, every word, every, very strict criteria. But going back to how I've been, because as I said, I've applied before and not got anywhere.
Wait, we have to digress, because I want to go right into it. Because you have done your books, but how did you even think I would be that person to be a TED talker?
There are times when I'm sure that there are some people, my peers, who are still falling off the chair with the fact that I did it. Because that wasn't something that probably anybody thought that I would be able to do. And I can tell you that it's not a walk in the park either. 12 drafts later, all the rehearsals, I didn't miss one, that was going. So when I originally had maybe 5 subjects that I wanted to cover, we had to work together with my coach to narrow it down to one good idea that was worth sharing. I met my coach on Clubhouse. Do you remember Clubhouse?
I remember. What happened to Clubhouse?
Well, I don't know. I've not been there for ages. I think when people returned to in-person events, but during the pandemic, it was one of those things that everybody was there.
Yeah. Everybody was in there.
Yeah.
That was like
I was
a
in
TED
there.
talk.
Yeah, I even had my own my own little room. Yeah. All Daughters of the Caribbean, so we used to talk about things which are relevant for the diaspora.
I saw Daughters of the Caribbean. I was like, wow, I need to get in that. But there was so many I was in, but it used to pop up all the time.
Yeah, that was us. So me and my friend Petra, who lives in Paris, we ran Daughters of the Caribbean. So and this particular group that I was in was for business women, so very much for what you're doing. And they decided to close that group and move back to in-person events. So the very last one, we were just shooting the breeze and talking about what we want to do in life and everything else. And I said, I want to do a TED talk. Not sure how that's going to happen.
What?
But
it just came out there. Did you have a dream? How did that come to you?
I've been listening to TED talks for quite a few years. So
it's
something that I can imagine I would want to do. So then it just so happened that my coach, who is my coach now, he was in the room and he said, I'm a TEDx curator. Let's swap details and stay in touch, like you do. And I took his coaching course and he was very patient with me. And we were just at that stage we were about to write my resume that will go out to all the TEDx conferences. And he said to me, so Pam, do you believe in investing in your learning? I said, well, yeah, I'm paying for this course. I went to Jamaica on this retreat the year before, and he said to me, Pam, you can travel. And I said, yeah, I don't know why you got the impression that I couldn't travel. He said, come to Nigeria, walk the stage in Abuja, and do it there. So that then spun into me. We were going to go to Dubai that year, and then we said, forget Dubai, we're going to Nigeria. We're going to Nigeria. I can tell you that, as I said, the rehearsals, there was one I do remember, I got distracted by what everybody else was doing online. I just froze, I just choked.
Oh my God, it happens to the best of us.
Burst into tears, it was awful, He tried to stop it, he tried to control it, his end to stop people from seeing me having a free-fall meltdown. But
you went back.
Yeah,
high five.
Yeah.
You're relentless.
I came back, I never gave up. I then started to get extra, so I went and bought my own little red carpet, my own little dot to stand on. I had my little microphone and my earpiece. So that I could
make it your own.
Right, and anybody that had 15 minutes for me, I said, can I practice my TEDx? When I was a guest speaker. And I said to them, can I practice my TEDx talk instead of them? Yes, of course. So I did that. That was really good. And the whole experience about going to Africa, as I said to you about the daughter of Nigeria going home for the first time, was absolutely phenomenal. They treated us like royalty.
Yeah.
So we came off the BA plane, all hot and sweaty, just wanting to go to the hotel and have a shower and chill out. A whole entourage came out to meet us, to greet us at the airport. They even had the little staff. They just went ready.
Proper tribal.
Love it.
Right. The SUVs that took us to our hotel and took us. I got used to it in a heartbeat. I never touched a doorknob, a car door, a handle.
This is alive.
The whole time. Absolutely, it was. We were given African names. I can never remember what my one was, but
you have to go back. It's a sign.
Well, out of that experience, I mean, on the day of the students, they just went wild. I felt like I'd stepped onto a Hollywood film, like a premiere.
Okay.
They were fantastic, and they rushed us afterwards as well. And it was just wonderful.
They love to show you love in Nigeria. That's one thing I like about, just going to other countries that really appreciate you coming from the Western world. They give you that love. But I've been told that Nigeria is such a beautiful place to visit. I haven't visited.
Abuja is absolutely beautiful. The only thing I regret is that I didn't go long enough.
Yeah. So have you been to Lagos?
No.
Yeah, I haven't touched.
Another plane ride, isn't it, from Abuja to get to Lagos?
Yeah, I think everywhere there's kind of either it's a long trip or a plane.
I think this year, some of the potential speakers are going on to Lagos. One is going on to Botswana while he's in the region. So people are making it like a tree-centered experience.
It'd be rude not to, right?
Yeah, and I was invited back. Unfortunately, I can't go. I'm committed to something else here in the UK, which is on the same day.
Okay.
But lots of doors open as a result of that. I fancied some winter sun, so that was the June, and then I fancied some winter sun in October.
As you do.
And I contacted somebody who I know but don't know very well, and she said, rather than coming as a participant, would you mind coming as one of the speakers?
Wow.
To Portugal. This is what I can do for you.
You're international.
And I'm like, hell yes.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, for a couple of hours work, we were there for 4 days.
Yes.
And I was able to bring my sisters with me, my husband with me, and all that. It's a really good experience to go for those 4 days.
Why not?
And then I got back, and I won an award with the Caribbean Global Awards for my community impact work around domestic abuse. And the organisation contacted me and asked if I would like to be one of the judges for their awards this year. And I said yes.
So you're a judge now?
Yes.
Popular life.
And then she said, well, we're having an event, a launch event at the House of Lords. I'd like you to come.
Well, I've seen the picture.
I've been to the House of Commons. I've never been to the House of Lords.
The House of Lords is lovely. I prefer the House of Lords.
The House of Lords is nicer.
Because it's like red and gold. More, the House of Commons is more green and gold.
That's right.
So I'm all about the red and gold. It's so regal. It's just so fabulous.
So I said yeah, because I'm just happy to be in the room, you know. And sometimes these awards things, it's not about winning. It's about being in the room where there are like-minded people that you can network.
A lot of people differ, you know. Some people do like to win. I'm sure a few of the listeners like to win, but I definitely get it. It's about being in the room, the ambiance, the networking, just being part of the journey.
Yeah,
I do like to win as well, though.
Oh yeah. I mean, but I went. Well, just before I went, she came back to me and said, "Can you say a few words?" So that's how I got to speak at the House of Lords about. And I said to her, her name is Michaeline, Dr. Michaeline, and I said to her, "Well, what exactly is it that you want me to speak about?" And she rang me back and she said, "Pam, let them know who Pamela R Haynes is.
Let them know.
Talk about yourself." I said, "Well, I can do that. I could do that."
one.
And it was important to me to mention my parents' names in the building. There was so much.
Can you mention them on this this live radio show?
Yeah. My dad's name is Ronald Husbands, and my late mum's name is Geneva Husbands. I just paused because you know Caribbean folk, they got their real name, and their government name. So their pet name and their government name. So that's the only reason why I paused. But I mentioned their name in the House of Lords. Whenever I do something special like that, I wear my mum's brooch. So to wear my mum's brooch into the House of Lords, quite a formal setting, and to mention her name was really special. Yeah. So that's the reason why I can't go to Nigeria, because the awards day is the same day as the TEDx. Yeah. So I'm not able to go, but
there'll be more events.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying that he wants to deliver TEDx's until 2030 in different regions of Africa. So he's already spoke about perhaps going to Rwanda next year.
Definitely.
And I'm down for that. Yeah.
Is that, so the link that you sent in our group for us, Steph and I,
it was only for you two.
Okay.
I saw it slip into the video and I thought, oh, that's not me. This is an event by a woman called Justice Williams. You can follow her on LinkedIn. She ran her first TEDx Ladywell last year, and she's just had her license renewed to run it this year. And I had to think of who would I put in the mix to do that here.
Oh, that is so lovely.
To share that
I'm definitely going to go through that link.
At least apply.
I saw it, and the reason why I added it in is just because I saw that. I thought it was just like you've just got some great opportunities that you're giving out to people, and I thought you actually were part of what's going on, and you've been part of it. So I mean, I think it's very fitting for it to be in there, because it is part of your journey, who you are. And now from that, Steph and I are going to be TED talkers.
Well, we're going to apply.
We're going to apply.
See if we get in.
I think, you know what, it's something that I've always wanted to do, because my
Right.
friend said to me, you would be good as
You would be amazing.
on a TEDx or just a TED talk. So, you know, TEDx would be such an achievement and something that I could tick off my bucket list. So yes, thank you for that. And we'll be checking that out in the car on the way home, because I didn't know that was, you know, for us. I thought it was just you, it's something you're doing.
But if I can help in any way, then do let me know. And I would say to both of you, seriously consider doing your TEDx in Africa next year. So you've got a whole year's worth of notice to put your funding in place, because TEDx is free. It's the other bits, you know, like your flight, your hotel, your meals and all that, which he does a package, and his name is Izu, and Izu does a package which takes care of the accommodation, your trips, your excursions, your food. And I tell you, they only had to overhear that I liked something, and they brought it by the crates for me. So I said, I've got into Nigerian Fanta. And then the next minute, a whole crate showed up.
They're like, you like the Fanta? You go and get Fanta.
They like the Guinness. They brought the Guinness. Whatever it was, wine.
I love a bit of Guinness.
It was nice. A Nigerian Guinness is stronger than one of the Rudy.
Oh, we know that.
Right. So, in terms of their hospitality and how they looked after us, I know that the people who are going this year are in for a really good time.
Oh
so
my God.
Put it down on your bucket list for next year.
I am going to. Right, so just before we leave this topic, because I want to go right back into it. After you did your TEDx talk, how did you feel? How were you feeling?
I was overwhelmed, because I'm a bit of a crybaby as well. So when I start to think...
Your biases, of course you are.
Yes, when I start to think of all that had to be in place to enable us to go, you know. So one of the ladies, I call her Princess of Goza. She had to write our letter of recommendation, welcoming us as part of our visa process. So to meet her in person was absolutely wonderful.
Shout out to Princess.
Then to you know, we were just hugging up each other on the day, and then she was traveling to London. I told her to get a hotel near me so that we could meet up, take her out. We went for afternoon tea. We went to the Ivy by Tower Hill.
Oh, we love the Ivy.
We just did loads of stuff. So it's been an unexpected friendship that I wasn't expecting to happen. She has an orphanage for girls and helps to send them to school, and I'm proud to be part of that as well. So I made a donation to send 2 girls to school.
That's lovely. Well done.
In terms of my coach wife was expecting at the time. I think we showed her a photo. She's wearing a blue top, a blue trousers, presenting me with an award. She had a baby boy.
Oh, congratulations.
I'm now godmother to
Oh, wow.
baby boy as well.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
The doors keep on opening up for me all the time since I've done. TEDx is definitely a calling card if you want to get a particular message across.
And as you said as well, with the children, they were afterwards, the way they were just screaming and how they were bombarding you guys. You don't know how many lives you have changed as well.
I mean, I donated a copy, 2 copies of my books, and librarian, he cried when he received them. He said, we've got empty shelves in the university, so to get books from us, you know, I'm just...
There's loads of books that we can send over, you know.
Right.
I have a shelf in my house full of books that we can send them.
About that, Pamela? How can we send him books? We don't want empty shelves in the library.
No, I can definitely give you his email address.
We can ship them over.
To get books over.
It's about like £200 to get some books over in a crate. Right. So we could get like a box.
Any guests listening that have any books that they no longer read?
Oh wow, we're doing this again. We're doing this again.
How can we have a library with no books in it?
It's true. No, we can't. And
we're authors as well. And ours just gather dust in this place. No, not on my watch.
So yes, it's a gift that keeps on giving. I also mentored one of the young women who came to watch our TEDx. I also mentored her as well because she wanted to write a book. It's just been, you know, I'm also part of an organisation called MDS. MDS, which stands for Mothers, Daughters, Sisters, and they're always looking for mentors.
Oh wow!
And so, in fact, tomorrow, Friday, I will be meeting with my mentee for the last time. I hope she wants to keep in touch with me. But
You're the gift that keeps on
was
giving.
so shy to see how far she's travelled. Now she's on Substack and now she's on LinkedIn with her book. She set up an organisation called Pastors Kids.
Wow.
So she felt that, like herself, she's a pastor's daughter, the expectations could be so high. Then she wanted to pour back in by setting up this online group for pastors' children in Ghana. So I hope to meet Eunice one day. I hope that's the opportunity comes for me to meet her. But we've had some beautiful conversations, and I love the woman. She's just on fire now. Just love the woman that she's becoming, and I have also gained from the experience as well. It's not just about me mentoring her. In a lot of ways, she schooled me. And again, you two will definitely meet the criteria if you have this time to give back one session a month
to mentor.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the women as well in the Women in Power group that we have, I feel, you know, have so much to give. So definitely come up with a plan for us, Pamela, so we can pop it in the group, get some mentors going. I would definitely love to give back, you know.
So
definitely, you know, we've done so much, why not share it and pour it into other people? It'd be rude not to.
I mean, these are over 18s, so they're either at university, they're starting their first jobs, and they're going to applying to study abroad, or, you know, so they're definitely a cohort of young women out there. And she's expanding beyond Ghana, so it could be somebody in the Seychelles that you get to mentor. But her name is Audrey, and she's doing some beautiful work around making sure that mothers, daughters, sisters supporting young women in that way. Yes,
Right.
I love it.
Sounds amazing.
Pamela, what gives you your drive? I want to know, because I see when you talk, your face lights up for a moment, like you just get this ray of sunlight that just hits you and you're just so happy, and then you go back into it and then you'll just be like, oh.
Do you know what it is that I have been on the receiving end of so much support and love around the work that I do. So when I started in the probation service, I started on one of the lowest grades.
Yeah.
And it was my colleagues in the office that were saying, Pam, you know, some of the reports that you write, they were only means inquiry reports, you know, for people who didn't pay their TV license, but you know, but for the kind of assessments that I was doing, they were impressed. They'd bring in social work books for me to have a look at and help develop me. Shout out to Joe Will Brown, who's one of the main men in my life, who one day just took me aside. I thought that I was going to get told off.
Yeah, that normally
late
people
for work,
pull me aside.
right? And then to make matters worse, when I got into the room, there was another woman there, a woman called Anne-Marie, and she was flicking through my report, and I thought, oh gosh, I'm in trouble now. And what they were saying was, Pam, you've got enough skills to go ahead and apply for the Home Office sponsorship. And that's what I did. I got 3 places, one at Kingston, one at Middlesex, and the other one at Brunel University. And I ended up going to Kingston because it was a January start. So I literally had my baby in September, and I started this diploma in social work in January.
3 months later.
Oh my God, how did I know? My son's first words were not mum or dad, and the usual words that you expect babies to say. His first words was assignment.
What did you say?
Portfolio, mummy. You're doing your portfolio, mummy. I've got to go to bed now because mummy's doing her portfolio. So,
Assignment.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it was a difficult experience doing that.
Yes.
Would you change that?
Do you know what? It's just, you asked me where I get my drive from. My drive is for my children, from my children and wanting to give them a better life and a better standard of living. And in my coursework folder was a photo of my boys, just to remind me I'm not here to hook up with another student. I'm not here to date the lecturer. I'm here because I need to pass this course so that I can do well. Yeah.
That is so touching. That is so
And that's where I
heartfelt.
get my drive, my main drive from.
Yeah.
And I've studied women as well, so people like my mum, who I see do night work and then go and study during the day. She was a cake baker. She made her own pepper sauce. She knitted and crocheted and done all these things. I feel lazy when I'm around her because I look for any cheat that I can do. So rice and peas in a tin, put the kidney beans in, but my mum would be old school.
No, you have to soak them overnight.
I ain't got time. Nobody got time for that.
I differ. If I'm going to be with family and I know they're there from the night before, then we soak it. But if it's a rush thing, then obviously it has to be.
Well, I was embarrassed one day because someone said to me at a party, "Oh, I did the rice and peas." Pam, you know, every grain is, and before I had a chance to get my point of view across, my husband said, "Yes, she uses tin peas." I told you.
Can you even? I'm like, stop talking my business. Can you stop, please?
But my mum is particularly old school, and so she would have a hot meal on the table for us when we were growing up every single day, and that's I suppose where I get my drive from. And I've morphed into her, especially since she's passed away. I've morphed into her.
So sorry for that.
Yeah, a lot more as well. But yeah.
It's a strong foundation to stand on, and it speaks volumes as to how you've managed to achieve what you've achieved so far. Obviously, we know you're going to go on and do a lot more. So yeah, we can't wait to see what's next. What's next? What's happening
next? As of tomorrow, I will be focusing on writing 5,000 words for an anthology.
What?
Yeah.
as you do.
Yeah.
Just a normal day of Pam's life.
I wrote 1,600 words while I was in Curacao, so I just need to knock it down and focus on that now. And it's about Junior, one of the characters in my book, and the restorative justice scheme.
Fantastic.
He's in prison, and he writes letters to victims of his offending.
Yes.
So there are things like the Harvard referencing and all that.
Yes,
I haven't done that in
yes,
so I'm just going to get an editor to go through it and do
tell
that.
AI to do it, or tell someone else
You
to do
can't
it.
use AI.
Yeah, ghostwriters are completely fine. I mean, I'm sure you
She's an editor. She's an editor. She'll edit it
just for the
me.
referencing.
Just to get that bit done. So that's that. I'm looking forward to that. That deadline is the 1st of July.
What would you do with an anthropology?
Anthology. So it's a chapter. Everyone's written a chapter. We've got a publisher already called Routledge, who are one of the main academic book publishers. They're already interested in the book, so I'll be doing that.
Fantastic.
And then later on in the year, I hope to go to Paris. My friend has a show. We went earlier in the year for Paris Fashion Week, and she has another show coming up in October, so I'm looking forward to going to that. Obviously, the Caribbean Global Awards, the tickets are out there now.
Where is the Global Awards?
The Caribbean Global Awards will be at the...
Fantastic.
I'll send the details on to you.
And you are being awarded...
I've been nominated for an award.
Oh, you're
So
going
we'll
to win.
see.
You're going to win.
What have you been nominated for?
We want you to win.
We do.
A lady that passed away from cancer last year ago. I'm a survivor.
Yes.
So I've been nominated for
Oh wow. We're just going to say hold tight to Chris in the corner. They're the radio managers here. We have a beautiful, fabulous lady who is here today, Miss Pamela. Yes. So we're going to have a really nice chat with Chris after. He doesn't know what's coming his way. And then, so just really want to touch on it. Would you like to give us 3 books that you think helped you on your journey, just for our listeners?
Oh my. 3 books. I'm definitely... if you want to write fiction, then stick to your fiction authors, whoever they may be. There's a book called Smalling that is out at the minute, very much Bajan based.
Okay.
And it's a story of people from Barbados travelling to the UK during the Windrush period, and then one of them having to prove, which has been in the country for 40 years, where she's then they tried to deport her, and that was really good, because what I try to do with Loving the Brothers is to make it as real as possible. So whilst it's fiction, I also have real people in my book as well. Obviously, I get their consent. So, for example, Levi Roots, they all meet at his restaurant. We call it Westfield Wednesdays. So they meet up the first Wednesday of the month to strategize about how they're going to help the women in the situation that they're in. And I spoke to Levi, and he said, "Yeah, go ahead." And
at least you're getting consent from these people as well, which is admirable.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to be sued down the line, but yeah, there are. And when I put real people in the book, they're always themselves, and they're always portrayed in a positive light. So I try and do that. So Smalley would be one of the books. I will say anything by Andrea Levy.
Okay.
So she wrote Every Light in the House is Burning.
Okay.
That's a really good one. Guys, get that one. And come on, number 3, we're waiting.
Number three. Well, number 3 would be, what am I reading at the moment? I'm reading Kin by Taraji Jones, her name is.
Yes.
And
I want to read that one.
Yeah,
right, that's a good one. So guys, we got our 3 books from Pamela. Pamela, it has been a plum pleasing pleasure. Normally what we do is we read a quote out of my book, but I definitely want you to give us a final thought. Steph, just before that, would you like to close the show and then we leave on Pamela's final thought?
Yes, thank you everyone for joining us today. We have learned so much. We've had a lot of laughs, a lot of inspiration, and I cannot wait to read your books.
And have her back as well.
Yes, whenever you're available. I'm going to get your books. I really can't wait to read them. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
You have 30 seconds to give us your final thought.
Thank you for having me. So thank you to Love the Beat Radio. It's good to be back here for the second time, but for the first time on your show. It's been amazing. I've enjoyed it, and that's the whole point, I suppose, I want to leave with everyone. Whatever you do, enjoy what you're doing.
Wow, thank you. And we can find you?
You can find me on all the socials, at Loving the Author on Instagram, and Pamela R Haynes on LinkedIn.
And all the other platforms. Right, thank you so much for coming in. Guys, we have an authors event tonight. If you haven't got your ticket, go on Eventbrite. It's called Celebrating Authors, and it is in Mars, London. See you next week.
Oh wow, that was timed on.
I know! We did it! We did it!
She's a boss.
We did it. We did it.